But I feel like it has to reach a certain point of severity for somebody to kill themselves. Like your connection with reality has to be so distanced that you decide that suicide is the better option than continuing to live. So how do you get to that place unless it is as severe as you're totally envisioning a reality that's separate from the way things actually are?
No, I agree with you that how do you depict that for a broad audience?
Yeah.
Can I just bring up another point?
No.
Did you guys notice anything about the audience and their facial expressions, their reactions? I didn't believe them. I remember just watching them going, they don't look traumatized. They don't. They look kind of like cartoons.
Oh, I think that's how people would react. I think if you saw Taylor Swift come out and kill herself on stage, you wouldn't know how to react. It's kind of like the kid not knowing how to react to her mom ODing and not calling 911. It's like people, there's fight or flight or just, I don't know what to do. I'm paralyzed.
I don't know. I didn't believe it. And I've witnessed traumatizing things and I'm sorry. Did not react that way. Like to me, it was cartoonish.
Well, technically, she did react, but not reacting at all. She chose not to make that 911 call. That's
You're
a
talking
reaction.
Smile One. And
yeah, I'm talking Smile One. Yes.
Up. I don't have a strong recollection of the way the audience looked, but I appreciate that as an argument against why that moment wasn't sold to you.
Well, when you see it again, just watch.
I was awake for that.
Well, but if you put yourself in that situation, the first thing I would be thinking is like, is this staged? Because it's a production.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd be like, what is this an act?
Then
Does
that work against the entity? If everybody thinks, oh, it's staged, it's a production.
No, it's like
But at some point you recognize it as real.
Yeah, but at what level of trauma does it have to be for the entity to latch onto you? But if people are thinking this is just part of the production, does the entity lose in that regard? Like, what was the point if it didn't latch on?
To try and discuss that, how I would approach it is to say, what do you think the entity is a metaphor for? And you can't be that deep, but
no, I'm not arguing that it can't be that deep.
Something in the zeitgeist.
It has to follow the rules that it kind of sets up in Smile One. It has to be trauma. It only latches and feeds onto people who have been traumatized.
No, people who see a suicide. Specifically,
trauma,
a suicide.
right?
No, it's a suicide.
I think it's
trauma.
just suicide.
Yeah, you have to kill yourself in front of somebody, and the person you kill yourself in front of
and
is then infected with
person?
the entity. Yes, it couldn't be. I would agree with Alex that I don't think it could be over video.
Yeah, because they watch a video in the first one of all the people killing themselves. It doesn't transfer to the guy.
And that's why her doing it on stage after, I didn't even think of that for the whole movie until it got there, and I'm like, oh wow. Yeah, that'd be awful if a bunch of people witnessed it. It'd be like if a former president was standing in front of a bunch of people and his head got blown off. And then we watched it on TV over and over instead of, months afterwards like the Kennedy assassination. It'd be like that. And I don't think I would have reacted well if I'd seen any president's head get blown, like I've seen a president's head get blown off in movies all the time. So if I saw it on CNN, I don't know how I'd react, and I think I might have a cartoony I saw a guy almost kill him, about to jump off of a thing in St. Paul recently. Like someone who looked like they were going to commit suicide because the police were there, the ambulance were there, the fire trucks were there to no, from the first lethal weapon. And my reaction wasn't good. I laughed because I thought my wife was upset about having taken another wrong turn. She hadn't. There was a person that was potentially going to commit suicide, and she was afraid that our children would see. They didn't, and we don't know what happened. So, but I don't know how I would react to a traumatic, and that happened in public, so I'm comfortable talking about it in public.
But that's why I think the ending of Smile 2 is so brilliant, is because not only one does it expand the metaphor to be more reflective of our actual world, but it does, highlight the initial reaction of us seeing situations that we don't know are staged. Like, if you remember Trump's assassination attempt, right? The one where he actually got hit.
His ear pierced at Claire's, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you yet seen that meme?
That's a joke. Yeah.
That's my favorite meme.
But my first reaction was like, is this real? Is this made up? Is the film doctored? Is it,
Well, I've got an even better thing, is that we just watched a bunch of people get brutally murdered and maimed in a movie, but we knew it wasn't real. I mean, we knew it wasn't real, right?
Right.
At what level, if you think this is staged, how many people did the entity actually infect in that stadium then? If one person, I don't
Thousands.
know. Yeah, but if one person, I don't know, slept through the whole thing.
The people in the bathroom, yeah, like me, yeah, they didn't get affected.
No, I meant in the stadium.
Yeah. Someone going to the
slept
bathroom
through
didn't get
They
it.
didn't get infected. So at what level did these people actually get infected if you are bringing up that it's a production?
That's the question I would
Yeah.
ask you and Jennifer is where does Smile 3 start in a way that wins you back? Like if it is actually hundreds of people
I don't
that
think
now
they
have
give you
the
Smile
entity
3.
attached to them, is that...
Given how this ends, I don't think technically they could be a Smile 3. How
Listen,
many people do you want to
how
follow?
the movie ends, you go by how much money it makes on opening
Yeah,
weekend.
but you're not
Sorry.
going to follow like Mike Myers killing 300 people.
Well, you don't have to follow every single person. You could take like 3,
Then
do a
what's the
Magnolia
point?
Smile
What's the
style.
po-
You know,
What's the point of it? That if Smile 2 doesn't really matter, and we're just going to follow
No, Smile
one
2
person.
matters the most.
But if we're just going to follow one person again in Smile 3, what was the point of Smile 2?
Because it would tell you about the world. It's like how you see the MCU after the blip.
Yeah,
In
but
some
even
parts,
in the
but not
MCU, they
everywhere.
made a joke about it. So I don't think the blimp mattered that much in that universe. They
And
made a
that's
joke
a
about it.
criticism of recent MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jennifer, what would Smile 3 have to do to win you back? Are you going to see it if it comes?
I can't even imagine what a Smile 3 would consist of, to be honest with you. I really...
yeah. I mean, it opened itself up to so many possibilities for storylines by having it, the suicide be in front of so many people. They could do whatever they want
Like
with it.
hundreds of people would have to start committing suicide. And it's like,
But you
what's
don't have
going on
to
with
choose
this
to
epidemic of
follow every
suicides?
single person.
Sure, but like then you follow one person within the universe of
Yeah.
hundreds, if not thousands of people committing suicide at this epicenter of this event.
One of the criticisms I heard, which I'm surprised I haven't heard yet because maybe none of you feel this way, but one of the criticisms I heard of it was basically it confirms that the monster the entity can't be killed. And so there's no point. If there's no way to beat it, then it's just suffering for
Well,
suffering's
yeah, and
sake.
that's why I thought it was so creative when they talked about, okay, we're going to kill you and bring you back to life, and that's the way to kill the entity. I'm like, yeah, there you go. That's really, is this really going to work or whatever it was? And then all of a sudden, it just changed, like I was saying, into this thing with the audience, and I'm just like, do they even care? Do they even care? You know what I mean? It just...
I think the entity is somewhat omnipresent in like how evil is omnipresent in our lives as, humans struggling with mortal coil.
The point I'm stuck with, it's giving the film too much credit to... Because...
It made me think of all these
I
things.
think you're like making up a lot of stuff, Kyle.
Yeah,
That's
because-
really interesting, but I really don't even think
the
that
monster
that's
is way
what the
too com-
writers had in mind.
Given like how I treat this like any other horror film, a monster can be defeated. It should be, so that it could be interesting. But when you give a monster unlimited power, this much power to affect this many people, to create this much hallucination, what is the point of the monster showing up again in the third one?
Well, it's kind of like Jason, after part 3, like they should have just
No,
stopped.
but Jason's not an allegory. Smile's entity is obviously allegorical for the state of mental illness in our country. There is, as far as I'm aware, if there was a solution, we would have enacted the solution to mental illness in our country, and it gets worse every year. So
In Smile 1, there's a solution to not die. They present a solution for not dying, which is you just kill somebody. And then the person, if you kill so you have to kill somebody in front of somebody else, and then that person gets the entity. That's how the guy in prison in Altoona is not dead after having had the entity attached to him, and then when he sees Little Bacon.
Right. That's how you get rid of it from yourself, but that doesn't defeat the entity entirely.
You can't defeat the entity, but you can get the entity to skip you.
Right.
And the existence of evil is so prevalent that,
That's not how, even in the metaphor, that's not how mental illness works. You don't pass it on to somebody else.
I'm not saying that I think that it's a metaphor for mental illness, although I would defer.
That's been a whole debate, though. It is a metaphor for mental illness.
We were talking about how mental illness presents itself.
That's what Alex was saying. I disagree.
I think
that it's not a metaphor for mental illness.
I don't think so. No.
I mean, it could be a metaphor for aspects of, and I was arguing that the way they present, scenes that are reality and then non-reality is a way that, oh, how do you understand how someone experiencing mental illness experiences the world by showing you a non-reality and then breaking you out of it so you understand
but there's a difference between showing you what mental illness is and having mental illness, though. I don't think this movie or Smile 2 does it enough. I think you guys are giving it way too much credit.
We're attaching a metaphor to it, yes.
Yeah, but if the metaphor doesn't really work, you aren't passing a mental illness on to a group of people at the end of this movie.
I'm pumped that I've walked out of this conversation having made the connection between she kills herself and we almost saw a former president get shot in the fucking head. And that would have been weird because what would they have done with this movie? Remember how when The Hunt came out and they were like, Donald Trump said it was bad and then it like bombed at the box office because COVID was happening? You guys don't remember the movie?
No, I saw The Hunt.
I loved The Hunt.
I thought it was too goofy, but...
It was goofy. This wasn't goofy. But this was serious Smile 2.
Right. It was goofy at the end.
Goofy.
The ending was goofy.
I don't think it was.
I just don't see the point of seeing Smile 3 if they ever make it, because
they will.
Nobody's going to win.
No one wins in any horror movie.
No, they do.
Tragic romances, they don't win.
Well, nobody wins in good horror movies.
Like, what horror movie did no one win?
Let Jennifer go.
I don't know. Some of my favorite horror films, somebody survives.
Yeah, somebody wins, overcomes the monster.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Wolf Creek. People survive. It's like we want to see that, right? Like we want to see somebody survive.
See, this is actually the difference. This is what I was trying to explain to you with the film we're making now. Is there's an American perception of storytelling that is inherently optimistic.
That that people need to win?
Yes.
The hero needs to win.
Correct. And then when you start branching out into European horror, it's like the most nihilistic, depressing stuff you can imagine. And
See No Evil, the American version versus See No
Evil.
Correct.
Exactly. Speak No Evil. Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing. Or if you look at like Martyrs or something like that.
I haven't seen Martyrs, but I believe that it's a European horror movie that's very bleak at the end.
Yes. And so there's a greater nihilism on the international scale than
I say nihilism, you say nihilism. I'm not debating it. I'm just pointing out.
Would you want to see Smile 3 knowing that none of the characters are never going to win?
Yes.
Do you think you prefer Speak No Evil European to American? Because I know I prefer American.
I prefer the American only because they had a lot more story. There was a lot more story. There was a lot more character development in it, and there a lot more stuff happened.
That's crazy.
You didn't see Speak No Evil, right, Jennifer? Just for the audience.
I did not.
Okay, you're aware that it's a James McAvoy joint. That's a remake of a Scandinavian 22 horror movie. Where it's very bleak at the end. Like, they kind of win in the American version.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even watch if there was a sequel to Speak No Evil, the European version. I wouldn't watch that because I know what's the point. Yeah,
they should make a sequel to the European version.
What's the point if the villains are going to win? I don't want to watch that. I already seen it. Yeah, I already saw it. I mean, Smile 2. Okay, the bad guy wins. Okay, I'm not gonna watch Smile 3.
Have you guys seen Terrifier?
Yeah.
Okay, you have.
Did you
Jennifer?
like Terrifier?
No.
Okay, neither did we. And I'm not like, I understand why it's successful, and I'm rooting for the success of other filmmakers. I want to watch Terrifier 2. Have you?
Yeah, I've seen Terrifier 2.
Have you seen 3?
No.
Okay, I'll watch 2 so we can see 3 together.
Okay.
That's what we're on.
2's not very good. And
what?
It's
Terrifier 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
you saw it?
No, I only saw
but
1.
We had a guest on the previous episode.
Why did you get so shocked?
Because we heard Terrifier 2 was great.
Yeah,
it was a
so
step
much better
up
than
from
1.
Terrifier.
No.
No, and I believe I know from where you're coming from why you would say that. I just want to understand why these people like this, and I think it's just that they like a different circus than I do.
Well, with Terrifier, the focus is on being like as extreme gory as possible.
Yes.
I guess if you find that to be a rewarding thing, you'll like the movie. I personally like greater storytelling and character nuances, and
I've never seen a woman get cut in half like that naked.
Terrifier
1, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not recommending it.
Okay.
I mean, it is impressive filmmaking what they did there, and the more I've like thought about it and heard about it, and like
but I don't think it's an impressive movie because he's just going around killing people. That's it.
Whereas Smile has an arc.
Smile has a story. Yeah.
I want to watch, like, I'm getting something out of seeing Smile 1 2 times, once when it came out and then again to get ready for 2 and subsequent to 2. Like, I don't know, I see something there, and they're going to make a third one. So, woohoo.
So to throw it back to the MCU nice. I like
Perfect.
that. With Endgame, people are saying that they never actually reached that peak. I mean, Smile 2, if you want to throw that comparison to Endgame, Smile 3 is not even as good as Smile 2 then. It infected an entire crowd of people in a stadium. What is the monster going to do now? Take up more pop stars? We've seen it. See, Smile 2 already did that.
It's about how the world reacts to an epidemic of suicide breaking out from a concert.
Yeah,
I do want to see that movie. If you told me that was the plot to a movie, I'd
metaphor that
watch
we
it.
are putting on Smile 1 and 2? Mental illness. People are killing themselves. Are they going to actually do something? Do you think they'll tackle that?
You're trying to ascribe a motive to the entity that I don't think it has. I don't think the entity has a motive.
It's
like
just
its motive
evil.
is it just exists and is being passed along.
Yes, then the metaphor doesn't work then.
No, it doesn't. The metaphor. I don't care about the metaphor. I'm
The whole
saying
point
that
of what we're arguing. If the metaphor doesn't work, then
no,
Smile 2,
we were arguing
I am
like
right. Smile
how the
2 has
rules
no
work,
place.
and did they expand the world of Smile with the entity finding a way to infect more people at the same. It'd be like if The Ring, you know how The Ring you had to watch the videotape. What if they had gotten The Ring onto YouTube? That's what they did at the end of Smile 2, and that's cool.
The Ring, by the way, is a fantastic movie.
I like The Ring.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
Smile 2 is better.
You like
No.
Smile 2 better than The Ring?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I own it on DVD, and I want to. This movie did make me want to watch it again.
The Ring?
The
Why?
Ring.
'Cause
Okay,
it's
Jennifer,
similar?
do you want to explain?
I didn't see any parallel to The Ring. But
What?
No, I
Because if you watch the tape, you die in 7 days, unless you get someone else to watch the tape.
yeah, but that's clearly not allegorical the way Smile is.
Well, as Smile is, if you see someone commit suicide, then you will have to commit suicide in front of a witness who will then have to commit suicide.
Right.
It's like the tape, except with suicide.
No, it isn't.
In the
No, it's
mechanics
not.
of the thriller/horror movie.
No,
Yes.
because the suicide is necessary to the allegory of the mental illness. They're not committing
Oh, you're committing
suicide
to the metaphor,
in The
okay.
Ring.
Well, The Ring is a different metaphor, I would argue. I don't know what it is because I didn't watch that again to prepare for this.
Maybe
but
STD. I mean, you gotta
No,
give it to
that's-
somebody else.
that's
right?
It Follows.
It follows is
Yeah,
STD.
but it
yeah.
could also be for The Ring. You gotta give it to somebody else.
Jeez.
I mean, the thing of that,
It can be.
the only thing that can be argued for The Ring is like porno, like
What?
allegory
No.
for watching porn, and
Hey,
then you,
yeah.
then
Sure.
you get corrupted.
Wait,
by
would
watching
you? Are
porn.
you anti-porn? Are you
Yeah.
one of those guys too? Oh, you anti-weed, anti-porn.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god! Like
Wow,
if
I
consenting
think you laughed a
adults
little
want
too
to
hard at
film
that.
it, let them do
Yeah.
whatever they want.
No, people can film it. I just think it's very toxic. It's been extremely toxic, particularly for young men.
Oh, yeah.
the accessibility to it.
Objectively, that's true.
Yeah,
I
So
just believe
that's
in the
all I'm
First
saying.
Amendment more than you do.
Well, no, I mean people
What?
people can make it. I just think the
The
excessive.
consumption has been bad for
Yeah.
society.
Correct.
I agree. The consumption of pornography has been bad for
I
society.
mean, you can make anything you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Bake Terrifier.
Yeah,
15. Cut 2 women in half. I
Yeah.
haven't seen 2. Do they? What is? Just tell me the thing that they do.
they
That's
like
bigger.
skin-
Wait, you're actually going to tell me?
I don't know. Do you actually
You
want to
asked
know?
him.
Yeah,
What
but do you
want
want to?
not
Should
to
we have
answer?
that on right after? Okay,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna watch it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
sorry,
like
Wes, I'm not
endless,
gonna watch it
mindless
right
killing,
here.
so it doesn't matter. Like there's
Okay,
no
what's the thing that
dramatic.
tops the woman being cut in half? Are you okay hearing this, Jennifer? I want to get your consent.
Oh
before-
my God, are you kidding me? Am I okay hearing this?
Yes. I'm trying to be
There's-
respectful of your delicate ears.
There's no dramatic heft to anything that happens in Terrifier 2, so,
So
it
what's
doesn't
the
matter.
thing like cutting a woman in half and seeing a prosthetic butt have a chainsaw go through it?
No, it's
it
I guess
chainsaw or hacksaw?
the scene in Terrifier
Hacksaw.
2 well, there were 2 scenes that people got upset by. One where
Okay.
like a kid dies graphically, but the other one, the big one, is like he's in this lady's room and he like skins her to the bone on her leg,
Ugh.
and just chunks of her flesh are all over the place and blood is all over the place.
See,
and
that's
she's-
not even scary, that kind of shit. That doesn't even
no, it's
scare
really
me.
stupid
just-
and,
yeah.
and dumb.
It's vile.
Yeah, but I mean, even in Terrifier 1, him sawing in half, I thought it was a little too ridiculous for it to be scary. Like, he's gonna do that whole motion through the whole thing. Like,
Something
That's a
could
lot
be
of work.
ridiculous and still make me feel disgusted.
You know, a good example of that is the Hostel movies.
Yeah, I've seen
Sure.
the first one.
Ugh.
I haven't watched them in 20 years. When did they? Was it 2005 and 2007? So it's been less than 20 years.
I don't know. I watched the second one like 5 years ago around Halloween just to watch it, and I was just like, Jesus.
Did you see Human Centipede 1 through 3?
No, and I won't. Like,
I'm not
to
gonna
me,
watch
I saw
that's-
one just recently.
Really? What'd you think?
Why'd you want to watch that?
It was actually really boring. It was way more boring than I was expecting. They didn't get to the human centipeding until like 45 minutes into the movie.
Was it dramatically impactful?
Not really.
Impactful.
Not really at all.
See, that's why Smile is at least worth talking about, and I'd rather have a Smile 3 than whatever Human Centipede. And God bless the practical effects people who want to go, show their artistry off and all of that. I just wish it were attached to something that was more
Imagine being an
narratively-
actor in Human Centipede.
Excuse me, what?
Imagine being an actor in the Human Centipedes.
Yeah, I watched the South Park
Oh,
episode.
what do you
That
want to be?
definitely.
At the front, the middle, or the end?
Which one would you want to be, Kirk?
Probably the front.
But the front, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
no
think the
crap
front.
goes in my mouth. Yeah. Cow? What would you rather be?
Well, I always feel that I'm stuck in the middle with you.
Alex?
The front, definitely.
Jennifer? Yeah.
No question. Front. Absolutely.
No one picks
I don't
to be
know.
the end of the
Either
Human
the
Centipede.
front or the back. The middle would be rough.
You think the middle, because you'd be getting on both ends, like coming in and going out?
Yeah.
But you have to.
Oh, wait, no. Actually, I guess probably last would be worse because you don't even
Yeah.
get somebody like tonguing.
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh my God.
Tongue, yeah.
Where is this even going?
Well, I get it all goes backwards, backwards and out. Okay, so final thoughts on Smile 2. Wait, where are we ending it? Who won the debate?
I don't think
there were any
won, yeah.
winners. I think.
We'll leave it up to the polls.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess I'll
We'll
ask
definitely
that
put a poll
this
up.
week, yeah.
Because it's democracy now around here and forever.
But I would say I won.
Okay, good. You lost last week. He
Well,
said he
I
was gonna
also
watch
said I
Joker.
wasn't going to watch it in this podcast. So.
Yeah, well, I'm going to watch it with you, I think. That's
You want
what
to
it
watch
is.
it?
Maybe. I don't know.
We're going to do another bonus on Terror.
Yeah, stay tuned for. We have to release that one.
Yeah, but at least the first one.
We're doing great hosting. Final thoughts, Jennifer, Alex, Smile, working with each other. We don't care. It's you guys should get the final word. You go first so that we end on the lady. It's more elegant
Gotcha.
that way.
Okay. I thought Smile 2 was awesome. Probably one of the top 5 movies of the year that I've seen so far. And I would definitely watch a Smile 3.
Substance is better than Smile 2, though.
No. Oh,
Really?
no, not even close.
Oh, you don't like
It wasn't
Substance?
great. Yeah, he
Oh,
ranked it lower.
No.
Okay,
No.
interesting.
No, that wasn't a no.
Oh, you guys didn't like Substance. Okay, interesting.
That
seen
is
it.
an
I want to.
example of a movie where the ending absolutely
Yeah.
sunk the movie.
We totally agreed on
Yes.
that. We saw that one together
Yeah.
too. And
Wow.
We agreed. We walked out going, "What the
You
fuck
hear it
happened
here,
at the
folks.
end?"
I don't want to end it on the Substance. We definitely
and-
want to
and-
do a
No, we
Substance.
don't
know,
want to end.
All right, so Jennifer,
Working with Jennifer is fine.
Wait,
Fine?
It's
Just
fine?
Yeah.
Fine?
Yeah,
you mean
no,
like
it's-
fine?
Yeah, fine. Like the
Fine.
the
Real
refined,
fine, yeah.
Real
this
fine.
is fine.
Did that help Jennifer when we did fine?
Fine. Yeah.
Whenever I get frustrated with Alex,
Mm.
or when he talks to me like that, oh, it's fine, whatever.
I don't know.
What I like to do is I like to go back and watch the final episode of season 3, Force PTO.
Yeah, I thought that was really touching. Although I found it a little bit cheesy how you pivoted the award to a friend. I still liked it, but I just found it a little too cheesy for me.
Fair enough. Very
You didn't cry?
sentimental.
I did not
episode.
cry. No.
Dick.
Well, I am emotionless, Kyle. You know that about
Kirk
me.
is not emotionless. Kirk is not emotionless. Jennifer, thank you for plugging something.
Go ahead,
Thank
Jennifer.
You cut people off a lot, Kyle.
I
just
try to
wanna
keep the
say that.
podcast-
Just keep.
Well, at least
keep
you
it
didn't
going.
undercut the merit of what you were trying to promote, like Kirk just
Yeah, that's
did.
true.
Yeah.
Kirk, I agreed with you
I
a
am an
lot.
asshole.
I agreed with you a lot tonight. Until that hurt because
You kind of ruined it with the ending, Kirk.
Kind of ruined it.
You're a real Smile 2 over here.
I'm like, I thought you were such a sensitive guy, and then you say that shit. It's like, wow.
I didn't diss it. I just said it was cheesy.
It was not cheesy. It was very heartfelt.
It's sentimental.
It's
which
beautiful.
Sentimental and
Sentimental,
cheesy.
heartfelt,
Go.
cheesy. Objectively, you're all right. Jennifer, we stopped
So
you from your...
I want to plug his show, Force PTO. It's very funny. Watch it on YouTube. And look out for Filter, which is coming soon. And looking forward to...
Another short you guys are working on. We didn't talk about that.
We're shooting this weekend.
Join us for our next debate, and I might just ruin that one too.
Wait, our next debate is Venom with the
Oh, right,
Alvarados,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. They hadn't
Our
seen
guest
it.
is going to watch
can we-
all 3 movies.
Can we
That's
tell you
some
guys? So
dedication.
we got David and possibly his wife to watch all 3 Venoms to debate. I guess we'll all pick a different Venom and argue in favor of it.